Hey everybody, welcome to Battle Pirates Roundtable. We just lost Steven already. We're basically just a panel of players. This is the one show where we let anybody with a headset, microphone and headset join, come on here and talk about Battle Pirates with us. Today we're primarily going to be talking about the upcoming event, Deathstroke. They released all the information yesterday, so really there's tons to talk about. Hey everybody, welcome to Battle Pirates Roundtable. Somebody needs to mute themselves. We're basically just a panel of players.
That might be me.
Anybody with a headset, microphone and headset. I still hear myself. It's terrible. All right.
Where does that come from? Oh, I bet that's me. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I got it paused.
I actually got my speakers off, so I know for sure it's not me.
Yeah, I just didn't know it paused. It was still counting. I had it on the countdown screen. My bad.
I thought we had you trained by now.
I'm kind of rusty at these roundtables. I'm not running the show, so it's anything goes.
Well, we got Fear with us today. I guess Fear, he doesn't always make these roundtables, but he wanted to make an appearance tonight. Now, of course, we got Tito. That's Carpe Diem. Sly Knight, he's actually Koroth in game. Kung Po Panda, not too many people haven't heard of him. Taipan.
I think someone's echoing.
That's somebody else is watching, and
yeah, somebody else is.
Okay.
If you're on the panel here and you're watching the show up on YouTube, you might want to just kill the show on YouTube or just turn your speakers off. You wanted to make an appearance tonight, and of course you got.
This is going to be the first double show we ever had. It's just
right.
Listen to ourselves in each section.
Me, I'm off.
I'm going to just probably mute a couple of people. I think I just did Carpe Diem. So anyway,
Okay.
Taipan, he's our arbiter. He doesn't really get to hang out with us on Thursdays, but we do get to see him on Saturdays. What time is it over there now, Taipan? I know it's Sunday morning for you, isn't it?
8 a.m. in the morning.
8 a.m.
Yeah.
Wow. Wingman, he's actually practically a neighbor of mine. He lives local, probably like 15 minutes from me. How's it going?
Good deal, brother. Glad to be on here.
Jamie Muzaz, you've been on here a couple of times, haven't you?
Yeah, I actually go by the name of Sparklanus.
Oh.
So that's me.
Oh,
Fear
nice.
loves to say your name.
Yeah, he gets a chuckle every time.
Jacob, that's
Hello.
Zartuia. Yeah. And of course, Big Ben.
What's up, guys?
But Fear, did you want to go first, or you just want to hang out with us, or what do you want to do?
If you guys need more space, I'm always glad to jump off and watch. But
You're just hoping for the levies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Excellent
I'm always
news.
hoping to get some new levies out there. But no, I just wanted to congratulate Captain Nash on getting a hull in the game. He's got that new Nash's Lightning Carrier, which is kind of ironic because he didn't really want carriers in the game. But now he's got his own. He's got his very own. It's got the Battle Vortex's Battle Blade on the side, and hopefully they'll give him one, and maybe he'll get some more. I don't think I can get one, but if I could, I would. But we'll see. Maybe we can get some people to help me out and just at least just get me one blueprint.
We have to put up with you all week,
So I can float him around. But, Nash has been around a while. He's been around since September 20th, 2012 was his Arbiter debut on Battle Vortex, and that was BVTL number 29. And he's been a big pillar in the community for a long, long time. So I remember he told me that he started doing the Battle Vortex Talk Live. He really wanted to because, I was the Battle Pirates Arbiter at that time, and apparently I wasn't very good. I thought I was awesome, but Nash said that, I can do better than that. So I said, okay, then come do better than that. And so it's been a pleasure having him and of course, all the other Arbiters. But this day is to commemorate his little ship in the game. So congratulations, Nash, and that's all I got.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, we will actually be. I did put together a few slides. I went and I grabbed all the pictures that Robot put on the forum thread there for the event, and so I guess we'll be able to discuss them. I guess a little bit here and there. We'll discuss all the different holes and just I guess the event in general. I guess just to start, the event starts on Thursday. The various times really depend on where you're at in the world and which world, Battle Pirate world you're in, and as well as the planet. So, but anyway, it's going to be very similar to the last event. It's going to be 3 tiers. There's going to be A sets, B sets, and C sets. Now the cap system is going to be a little different this time. The B and C is going to be capped at 10 for the bonuses, but the tier A, the A sets are going to be unlimited. But when you see what you can win, then you'll understand why. I'm not real thrilled about the event this time, just because I'm typically collect everything, and I'm not going to do that this time. It's simply because 4 days. I mean, it's just I guess it's got the 2 limited holes that you can actually win 10 each. So if you really wanted to get just the new prizes alone, that's about 200 million. I guess Tito, are you on here?
Yes, I am.
What's your opinion on the event?
I am with you with that, and especially because we know that they have said and stated that they are not going to increase the dog. Mostly of us are close to 120, and start to win blueprints like that are limited, that you have to win 1 for each of the ships. I disagree with that idea.
I agree. I think it's pretty nuts. Koroth, you got any opinions on the event? I mean, I don't know if you did you read the forum thread and go through there? Did you have any opinions overall on the event overall? Oh, still don't hear you. Sorry, bud, your mic's not working. Panda, you want to go next?
I think it's a bit crazy that they brought the fact you've got to win per hole.
Oh.
I think if they'd have done that with all the previous ones, you'd be in trouble now, and the game wouldn't be where it was. So I just think it's greed. I think that's the big problem with it at the moment. Who's gonna, apart from the old crazy coiners, like we all know who they are. People brand me for a crazy coiner, but I can't even keep up with half the people in the game, and I personally won't be going for anything near the top prizes anymore.
Yeah. How about you, Taipan? Have you checked that thread out? Have you seen it at all?
Oh yeah, I've had a look at it and had a look at the boats, and as you said, they've got caps on the lower levels, and for players who basically use B level, well, they're going to be nobbled where they could probably get 1. So is it any use having 1 of like the Nash carrier? I think they've killed themselves with this one. You're going to have to need 50 million, so you're going to have to hit A's, which means you're going to take a lot of damage, which means a lot of coins for kickside. And there's a lot of people out there going to be totally pissed and just not going to do it. You're going to either have to go the whole hog or not do it at all. And I think you're going to get a lot of people that's not going to be bothered doing it.
Do you think I guess the gap between the heavier coiners and the moderate to light coiners or no coiners, right? It's probably going to get a lot bigger.
It's getting bigger and bigger.
Huge. Yeah.
Well, just a classic too, speaking about gaps and everything. So, talking to a little level 40, he'd been busting his chops getting all his medals and everything up to level 40. And as soon as he became a level 40, he had over 250 medals, and all those level 70s just came in and stomped him into the ground and just took them all off him and went like, no, sucks to be you. And, it's just crazy. It's getting too far between the haves and have-nots, and I don't think Kickstarter seem to care what's going on with the lower level players. It's turning into it. They say it's a free game, but it's not turning into a free game. It's starting to go too far one way now.
That's free if you don't mind getting pounded like daily, right?
Yeah, you don't mind getting pounded, but who's going to take that? It's just going to get to a point where people get bored with it getting flattened, or you can't do anything in the game. I don't know. It's getting out of hand. Too many fleets. I've got fleets building now, and I've been coining some of my Grimshire and that sort of stuff, but I've still can't. I'm not going to keep up with them. They bring these 3 out. It's going to be another 12 months.
Wingman, what do you have like any overall opinions of the event?
Already, I see right off the bat that we're going to end up having errors in the beginning. The Nash cruiser cruiser, yeah. For that thing, we already know that Nash doesn't deal with stats. So all the stats that's on the Nash cruiser are completely wrong to begin with. It needs to just say, does it work or does it not work? Yes or a no. So that's already wrong immediately.
Yeah, it just should. Does it work? Yes, it should. Just...
So the stats are already wrong on that.
Mhm.
But for those that actually kind of, I guess you could say, analyze it like me and you do, look at numbers. I think that Dragonfly UAV has it definitely has potential in leading into other weapons. And that's going to take a hit on those guys who have more of the offensive style basis. So if somebody comes in with the fleet load of the UAVs, the new Dragonflies, it's going to take out pretty much any base defense that they have if it truly works as it is with the distracting them. The whole flashbang thing, because I know quite a few times I roll into bases and these guys got 8, 9, or 10 javelins in there. Well, if I go in there and I can offset, say, 6 of the 8 or 6 of the 10 with these Dragonflies, that guy's base is now useless. That he spent, let's see, 10 days to build one javelin.
I don't think it's going to work that way, because these are aerial. These are UAVs, and they're not good for intercepting javelins already. The only things that can shoot down UAVs are the countermeasures.
Okay, I'm just reading on there where it's got the accuracy debuff at. And that's where I'm going with it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying now.
I think to top it off with the extraordinary range it's got already as well, it's going to cause problems even worse for base guards. I mean, 4 Atlas nowadays coming into your base pretty much outranges most of your guard, let alone now getting distracted when you get in range as well.
Mm. Yeah.
Well, they're losing the concept of having a base at all now. Like, there used to be one of the main pointers was defending your base originally in the game, and everyone used to put a whole lot of effort. Used to turn around and say the first thing to do is get your base set up, because you've got to set your base up. It's getting to a point now where the base defense side of the game is going, and it's all using fleets. It's all based around killing fleets, so you have to repair them. That's just the way the game's going. They've lost the base defense side of the game.
Well, just moving forward, I guess Jamie, I know we got Jamie and Jacob still. Jamie, do you have did you read the forum thread at all? I mean, what is your overall opinion of the event so far?
I haven't read it yet, but from the sound of it, it sounds like it's another money grab. As a lower, I'm a level 60. I don't have any of the larger ships yet. Last raid I got the Spectre and the Interdictor, which I'm thrilled about, but not having an MCX or the DNX or Hellstrikes, it's one of those things that I was really hoping to get something nice out of this raid, and it looks like, again, I'm just going to be hoping to scrape by. Hopefully I can get a UAV out of this one and do something with that, but I haven't had a chance to actually read the thread post yet. So
yeah, there actually is a lot of nice prizes coming. I mean, even the impulse launchers are going to be in there this time. So if you haven't got the impulse launcher yet, that's on the prize list.
That's definitely something that would help me even during the weeklies. I've seen people go through 55 strongholds with the impulses and take minimal damage, where now I'm struggling with the 40s and 47s. So
yeah. Jacob, I know you've got something to say.
Yeah, I do.
Well, what's up, man?
Well, I don't think they should have capped the bees at 10. They need to raise that cap, in my opinion. And the lightning carrier, it looks like a Vindicator, honestly, with UAVs.
I see Fear's got the Nash's lightning cruiser up, and I can see what you're saying. It does kind of look like the Vindicator a bit. You see, I don't know if any guys want to click on Nash's down here on the bottom. You'll be able to see what everybody on YouTube is seeing right now, because I actually got them highlighted. But it's got like the little battle blade on the side and all that stuff. But it does look like the Vindicator. That's the most important
part, by the way. That's the only part of the whole ship I care about.
Yeah, it's that battle blade. Yeah.
I just want the blade on the side. I don't even need guns on it. I'll just drive it around and let people sink it just for fun.
I bet you'd be at least 6 days to build that thing.
That's okay. I've been dormant for 2 years. I can wait another 6.
What uses do you think it has, Price?
Well, I guess we should probably get into this a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my slides, and then we can just start kind of going through it a little bit. We can just start going through it a little bit. All right, let's see here.
It's obviously a fleet versus fleet hole.
Hey, quickly, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Sorry, I had some issues. I'm back in here now. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can get the fleet one.
Oh, hey, Steven. Yeah, welcome back to the show. Well, Koroth, I know we skipped you earlier. You didn't have any sound. Did you have anything that you wanted to say about the event overall before we get going?
Yeah, I'm not that big on it. I mean, with the 10 cap, I mean, I usually stick to Bs. I don't get very many A's, so that's really going to mess me if I'm getting anything good.
I don't understand the regression with the cap. You know, they had the last one you could grind, you could get what you wanted. People were decent with it. It was expensive, but now they just gone off the handle with this one. I don't get it. If you offer something where we can get this great limited hole multiple times, but you got to somehow do A's. So, it's a little crazy.
Coin.
I'm not coining that much. No.
And thorium, or I'm sorry, uranium is still gonna be low, I'm guessing. And
Yeah.
it now requires you to get like 1.3 million, or like not 1.3 million, 13 million to get it all. So that's gone up, but they haven't given us more thorium.
Yeah.
Or not thorium, uranium.
Uranium, you're right. Yeah, I didn't catch that either, but I knew what you were talking about. Well, I guess just going forward, I don't have too many slides, but like I said, I just kind of pulled down the graphics off the forum thread. Just to review the first graphic, as stated earlier, it's 3 tiers, A, B, and C. You can use these filters, like if you're hunting for a specific set first. Like if you want to just hunt for A's, you can pretty much uncheck B and C. And then if you do this in your base, while you're in your base view and not the world map view, then it actually will save when you go out to the map view. Now, if you do it on the world map view and you do this, basically once you go back in your base and come back out, then it's going to forget. So that's just something to keep in mind that, if you go do it inside your base view and then go out, it'll save it. Okay.
I never heard that.
That's a cool piece of code. I'm actually impressed.
Yep. And again, the C sets can be, you can get that bonus 10 times. B, you can get it 10 times. Now, you can do B's and C's beyond 10 times. You're just not going to get that bonus.
Yeah.
Okay. Once you hit 10 times, there's not going to be any more bonuses. A's, you can get it's unlimited. That bonus, I believe it goes up to 2 million. For this up to 2 million, and it will continue to pay off to 2 million every time you complete a set. And I don't know how many of you guys remember any of the advice that I gave out before. It was like the debriefing show. That was the one I did solo.
Yeah,
that one. That one. I was talking about some of the tricks that I did on the A set. I was actually able to do a lot of the targets for free. In A, and that was like the 61s and 62s, and even 63s. 64s and 65s were the only ones that really cost me any coin. But I had completed the set A's like 18 times, I think, to get everything last time. So
you could do 65s in the last one with stings and get pretty minimal damage if you just ran down the screen. So as you turn dart to the corner and let them fight it out, and the PN would take out the mothership. And then you just go and finish the little bit of life that the PN had, and I was doing it for a coin.
Yeah, well, there's a trick to that, though, right? Because I think they had the Grimshine in the 65, and if you didn't take out the Grimshine would kill the Proto-Nemesis.
Yeah.
So you have to use your Stingrays. You got to make sure you kill the Grimshine. And then hopefully that the debuff, well, it's not really a debuff, right? But the Grimshine was overperforming. They fixed that in the last Tuesday update. Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing that the Grimshine was also overperforming in the 65s. Yep. So hopefully that'll make these Grimshines a bit easier in the 65s. But I guess we'll see.
There's a trick to it. So as it chased after the MCX, you'd stay behind it while it was firing at them, and you could kill it without taking any damage. That's how you did it. So you wait until the Grimshine peeled off after you to the MCX and then turn around and hit it as it's firing at the other ships, and it'd never touch the PN, and you'd kill it without taking a hit.
You know, I would imagine too, if you're you're somebody and you have like launchers, and it probably doesn't even have to be on Stingrays. It's just really got to be like a quick ship. But if you've got something with more range or whatever, you could do the same thing. So if you had the sawfish, I don't know if you could do it with sea wolves, but I just don't know if you can get enough sea wolves in there. But you know, where you might be able to do the same trick.
Yeah, Mercury's would probably do it as well if you've got the speed on them. You just need something with range to run. But it works. I think I was doing them for just sometimes a coin, sometimes free repair. You just got to get the trick to it.
Well, is anybody else on here got anything to add about this slide, or should I just go ahead and move on to the next one?
I think you're good.
All right.
Yeah, good.
All right. Well, the next one pretty much just shows the top 4 prizes, right? You have the Lightning Cruiser, which is 10 million, and then you have Nash's Lightning Carrier, which is 9 million, and that's a limited hull. Which basically what that means is you can build 1 hull per blueprint, but you're allowed to win this blueprint 10 times. And next to it is the Harlock's Atlas Carrier, which is the same thing. You can win it 10 times. So that's like 2 full fleets. If you want to have a full fleet, 5, or you can go for 2 full fleets of each, whatever. It's completely up to you. And then there's the 4.5 million for the new UAV. Of course, there is the other cool prizes in here too. They've got the javelins. If you've never gotten the javelins,
See Jeff.
What's that?
See Jeff.
See Jeff.
Is it CJF
See
back in?
Missile F.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's CJF right there.
Oh,
2 raids in a row they brought up,
yeah.
Or 2 in 3 months, excuse me.
Yeah, and that looks like the salt mortar exits to the right of that, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This is kind of like the who's. Looks like the good siege mortar and then flechette.
Yeah.
So it's everything that if you've been gone for 6 months, here you go.
Yeah. Well, you know, I could have swore I didn't actually read this on the forum thread, but when I was watching Swag's video, I'm pretty sure he said you were limited to 3 prizes per tier.
It's 3. It says on there.
It's 3.
Okay, it does. Oh, and it says it right here on the right side of this graphic too. I just read it.
That's strange. They said the Shock Q was going to be in the tier 4, but it's not there.
Yeah, well, it looks like the Siege B is, but maybe the Shock Q will be there. I mean, Robot did mention specifically that this is not final. Everything's subject to change, so.
Yeah, it's on the list on the Kickstarter forums, the Shock Q. It's just not showing on the graphics.
Oh, okay. Well, cool beans. I guess probably move forward again real quick. I think next we're probably just going to get into the difference of the hulls. Here we have the Nash's Lightning Carrier, and I did put that on top simply because it's prettier and it's got the Fierce Battle Blade in there. And anyway, just so you can see like a side-by-side comparison between the 2 Lightning Carriers. Now, really, to me, it seems like if I can get 5 of the Nash's Lightning Carriers,
oh yeah,
I probably could care less about the other Lightning Carrier. You know what I mean? Because I'd have
Plus
a full
the turn
fleet.
speed's off.
The turn speed is off?
Yeah, it's 10 more on the Nash's Carrier.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you sure that's not like intentional? I mean, is it? I mean, I see that too. It says turn speed on the Nash's Lightning Carrier is 29, where on the Lightning Carrier it's 19. I think I saw some other big differences too. I know there's like an evade bonus that the Lightning Carrier doesn't have. If you look at the missile defenses are the same. Ballistic range is on the Nash's Lightning Carrier is 19, where it's 10 on the regular Lightning Carrier. The reload is different as well. It's a 60% reload.
UAV damage.
Yeah, and the UAV damage bonus, yeah. Now, and there's more. Obviously, you know, I'm looking at the little slider on the side of the blueprint, so there's a lot that we didn't get to see. Usually what I'll try to do is try to get access to the preview server so that I can...
It's right there.
What's right where?
Underneath the description.
Yeah, so like the detonates after swarm, extended swarm range, causes a short stun.
I'm sorry, was that Jacob? That was Jacob, right?
Yeah.
Okay, underneath where it says air weapons on the right side of the graphic, there's a lot more details that we don't know what's there. Okay.
Yeah, but it's right there underneath the description.
So you saying somebody like just captured it, I guess, and just moved it over there?
Yeah, robot probably moved it over there.
Okay. So it sounds like you're willing to make assumptions that I don't generally make. I don't try to make those kind of assumptions, but
well, it does look
good on you. And,
It does look like it's got the black background from that.
It's cropped off.
Yeah. But well, anyway, like just moving forward, usually I would try to confirm that kind of stuff. But like I said, I kind of missed out on the preview server. It was just up and then down really, really quick. But anyway, it just seems to me that if you can get Nash's Lightning Carrier, if you can get a full fleet of them, I don't know if even going with the other Lightning Carrier is, I mean, it's just 10 million points where you can get a Nash's Lightning Carrier for 9 million. A full fleet for 45, I know, but...
Yeah, there is stats missing on the Lightning Carrier, because as you can see, there's a scroll down on that, and there's nothing on the other side, so there is stats sitting under that.
Yeah.
Just make sure you break it down for Nash. Does it work? Yes or no?
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. If it works, that's all he cares about.
So looking at those two stats, their price, if you're going to go for one of the Nash ones and just try and get the Lightning Carrier, they're not going to work really well with each other, having one of Nash in amongst the Lightning Carrier because of the different specs on them.
It also looks like they cropped the some of the other, like the combat. If you notice where it says combat speed, you can notice it's cropped too. And the Nash's carrier.
Okay, I'm not sure I see what you're talking about, but I guess some of the other differences.
The defenses and stuff like that, too.
Okay. Well, anyway, the cargo obviously is a huge difference too. There's $1 million per hull with the Nash's and Nash's Lightning Carrier, and then you also get the random launch override features, which you get the Kamikaze UAV, the Marathon UAV, and the Pinch UAV. Okay, and that's just a random launch override. So now I know from the video, it looks like everything that all the UAVs that are affected by that has actually got like a glow to them. I don't know if the glows are going to be like different colors because I thought I did see different color. Yeah, I think I did saw different.
Red for Kamikaze, white is for the Marathon, and Pinch is blue.
Okay.
It's in the forums.
Okay. Well, awesome. Anybody have any questions or anything else to add about this slide?
I think the big difference for the Lightning Carrier is the stun one in Fleet v Fleet. If you lose a ship 5-on-5, that's going to make a big difference. I think that's the big special for me there.
Well, I know typically if I were to go up against a fleet that maybe if they only had one Nash's Lightning Carrier in there, I'd probably target that one first.
And even if you did, the turn speed's going to be off for the ships.
Oh, that's true also. Yeah, that's a really good point. So the performance differences too would be huge.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It wouldn't be any good putting it in with any of the others because its performance differences would be just all over the place. You have a mongrel fleet to try and control.
It's more a completely different hull than a flagship variant.
Yeah. You've got to have 5 of them in a fleet.
And this is not a flagship only hull, just so everybody knows. Yeah. So you can have a whole fleet of these. All right, going forward, I guess I did put the Atlas Carrier in here just so you can see it side by side to the Harlock's Atlas Carrier. The Harlock's Atlas Carrier has the same random launch override features that Nash's Lightning Carrier has. I guess compared to the Atlas Carrier, this one here has like a bait bonus.
It has more defenses.
Yeah. The cargo's huge, man. Look at the cargo difference is monstrous. And
it's got explosive defense.
Yeah, it's got missile defense as well. Missile defense, radioactive defense.
It's the same missile defense.
A lot of radioactive defense.
Yeah. And the UAV damage.
Is that, not to cut off one more time, is that the largest built-in radioactive defense we've seen so far?
No.
40%?
Vindicators are 50%.
Well, I mean, as the base hull, though. As
Yeah.
the blueprint, this would be the highest radioactive defense.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 60 is huge.
Yep. I think this is a very good base defense boat to stick in your base.
So you're saying you probably should get at least one for your base defense if you were going to do that?
One or two. Go 1 or 2 at the minimum if you can get 1 or 2 to shove in the boat. So that would,
I think Atlas is going to be one of the best base defense holes in the game right now.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even have any plans to put one of those in my base yet.
I think you've got enough built-in defense to even stick on explosive panels and put in the ablative plating to try and deal with Grims and Berserkers, and you can get enough from the rest with panels to make it an all-round base defense guard. I think that'll deal with all types. Plus, you've got the added range.
Yep.
No. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just, if I was looking at that, I would just. You've got 50% missile defense. You can make what else you need from that in your plates. I would just probably even stick on. I would just stick on ablative armor and get the explosive as best as you can to try and deal with Grimshines and Berserkers.
And not to mention, it does cause a short stun. So if you're being hit and you have a base guard, and you have, say, a Guardian in there.
Well, even the Kamikaze, if you notice in the video, it creates a fire pool, the Kamikaze UAV.
Sure.
Well, okay, well that sounds cool too. You said is it like just like the same kind of fire pool like you get from like the mortars? Your mortars
yeah. It did some serious damage too.
Yeah, it was pretty lethal in the video.
Now these specials can't stack, can they?
The specials, can they stack?
Yeah, they can't, can I? Like you can't get a Kamikaze UAV and a Marathon UAV, can you?
Yeah.
Like in one go.
Well, you're talking about, I guess you can't have a UAV with all three features.
Each UAV weapon has a chance to get it, but you can't have multiple features on one UAV.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it could possibly be multiples in one swarm, as I understand it.
Yeah, but that's what I was asking about the swarm. Thank you.
And you get them random, so you get a random one every time. When you say kickside random.
Yeah. Kickside random. I love it.
I mean, I'm hoping to get one of these things. I got Atlas fleet.
Filthy coiners.
I think if you could get that to 75% reload rate.
Oh man,
that's a monster for base defense.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably something that I probably should have mentioned. I'm gonna just jump back real quick to the carriers, because there is the ballistic range and ballistic reload on this one right here.
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
Oh, the ballistic range is more.
Yeah, and you know, I think I know that the new UAV coming out is going to be doing ballistic damage, not like the penetrative damage from the last UAV from the Hornet. The new one will do ballistic, but this is not this ballistic range and reload. This is for actual cannons. Okay, it's not UAVs. It's just like all the missile specials were never intended to attach themselves to the Hornet UAVs. Stuff like the range and the enhanced warheads and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I know it was working. I think it was supposed to get fixed at some point, but I don't think it was ever supposed to work like that.
I don't think the Lightning Carrier has all of its slots for UAVs.
No, I think it's 5. I read somewhere.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Looking at the slots, I mean, they don't all look the same. I mean, there's the one right in the center in the back that looks a little different from the rest of them. So, I'm assuming that one there might not be actually for a UAV. But I guess without actually seeing the shipyard blueprint, you know, we probably won't know until then, because I know they're generally different colors, right? Aren't the ones for the UAVs like white on the shipyard?
Yeah.
Slots?
Yeah.
I don't remember the color, but it is all done by colors.
Yeah. But anyway, I guess I'll just go ahead and jump forward to the UAVs. Well, I just wanted to point that out about the ballistic range and ballistic reload. So this particular hull could either be a ballistic hull, or you can have it for UAVs, either or. Mix match, whatever. So there's ballistic bonuses in there for cannons, assault cannons, siege cannons, thuds, you know, rippers, whatever. But anyway,
They use the right color too. That's the BV blood red. It's perfect.
Come on.
All right.
You gonna pay you royalties on that logo?
They know. Yeah, they are going to pay me royalties. Something. I hope they just. I would hope they just give me one, but I know it's not mine. It's not my name, so they probably.
It even says Vortex in the.
It's 10228 is my the player number, just in case you needed to know that, Kixeye. FYI.
What
Well,
did you do with it?
I grabbed the Hornet UAV graphic from. It's got the DPS on there simply because I grabbed it from my archive. So apparently I had to edit the copy I had at some point just to throw the damage per second on there. I didn't really do that here with the Dragonfly UAV. I really didn't do any kind of number crunching at all. But I did want to point out, like just going down the stats from the top, the range on the Dragonfly is a little less than the Hornet. The reload time is double, so basically it takes 4 seconds for it to launch another Dragonfly instead of the 2. The damage type is ballistic and not penetrating. The swarm duration is a bit longer as well. It's 6.2 seconds as opposed to 3.2 seconds, and it's quite a bit heavier. And the UAV itself, the actual UAV has its own set of stats, just like before, where it does an accuracy debuff, which is a -3% per hit. So basically, it's like an assault disruptor, right? Is what it sounds. Well, no, it says accuracy debuff. So, and then it's got a spread debuff as well. So I guess it really depends on if it's like mortars, rockets, or whatever, as to what kind of debuff that it gets.
All right, that's that line of thinking that I was using earlier when I mentioned about going in on the base is you're going to end up taking these guys that have spent like take eight javelins. You know, some guys spent almost 3 months making these 8 javelins, and now you're coming through with a weapon that you got in 2 or 3 days, and you're knocking out his almost 3 months worth of time waited for building that thing. Or not knocking it out, but at least
the accuracy debuff.
dropping it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but take in mind that mostly use the plate uranium shells, and they have likely 140 accuracy. So when it works stacking the 9, they get still 95% accuracy.
Yeah, I think these Dragonflies probably will be more susceptible than the Hornets are to, like the flat gun too and all that too. And I only say that is just because the reload time. They come out half as often, and they stick around longer. You know what I mean? So I think they're probably be more susceptible to countermeasures.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to do a lot more damage to your ships though, because the damage is way more than the Hornet.
Yeah, 110. It is more damage.
Nearly double.
Plus 60% from your Harlock carrier.
Yeah, unless they're using that power batteries, then you have a huge amount of damage. Yeah. Likely 60 and 19s.
Yeah, and you used to have a big chance with the penetrative panels to really bring the UAV damage down in defense. But if you're going to put that extra damage on plus the 60%, it's going to make a really big difference. So the penetrative panels for your defense are actually going to work less now.
All right. Well, that's really that was all the slides that I put together. But
hey, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Are those UAVs, are they more accepted now to the general community? I mean, I know it was a big stink. Everybody was mad that they put flying things in the game. I was just curious if it's gotten better over time, more acceptable to the
I think they were more mad at the fact they added carriers in, and when they said they weren't going to add carriers.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't built one.
It didn't affect the balance as bad as other things did. It was really scary when it came out, and you heard about it, but they really were not the best thing in the world. I do think this being able to mix and match between the two of those is going to make for some pretty mean fleets.
So. Yeah. So I was just curious if you guys had noticed that it doesn't seem like you guys are as mad about it anymore. Like, okay.
I think it was more of a range thing, that the range that they sort of outranged everything else and could sort of sit back was more of the issue than what they actually physically are.
Yeah.
Or what they were. I think everyone just got home and said, yeah, it's a carrier, but the range still sucks on.
Are the carriers the only ones that can launch these UAVs?
Well, there's some other holes.
No, Nash ship can launch them as well as the normal version, so a few other carriers.
Lots of different boats, even down to like Hammerheads can have air weapons.
You guys are really trying to convince me. Coin.
Even like beginning boats, a lot of them can do it. Yeah.
My wallet's like, here.
Hey, give me that.
Take my money. Shut up and take my money, Kingside. Put a hole in there with my blade on it. I love it. God.
Figure you'll come back if they put flying creatures
Come
on
to
the Leviathan,
Come to Sector
don't they?
34. We'll help you get one.
If they
We'll
put
walk
flying
you with just
Levi's
to
in the
have one.
game, I might come back. Or levies or whatever.
Levies, yeah.
Yeah. If they can fly too, that would be awesome.
Price, did you happen to run the numbers on that on the new one? Get your DPS off that?
No, I didn't. Maybe I can put it up there real quick.
It is about 450 per volley.
Well, if me and you are on the same page, I came up with 73, and that's quite a bit of difference between the 110. So if we're running the same numbers, it looks like it's actually a downgrade as far as damage per second goes.
You definitely got me wanting to check it out now. Maybe I can put something on there, because I guess the UAV reload is 1.5 seconds, where before the UAV reload was 0.6 seconds on the Hornet. This one here is 1.5 seconds, so it is doing 110 damage, and that's every 1.5 seconds. And so basically, if you just take that number and divide it by the 1.5, as a matter of fact.
Actually, if you'll throw that slide back up there, and I'll throw both numbers in the spreadsheet I'm running.
Okay.
New Quest $100 bill.
We'll do that later.
They were saying I had all ones in the chat, so I had to show them.
Yeah, the 100 was on the outside. I saw it.
Yeah.
You just put the.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, as far as the actual numbers, I just kind of threw all of this together like in the last 30 minutes before the show. I try not to do the slides for the roundtables. I try to keep it a little more light, and I try not to put too much on myself for the roundtable shows. But I just kind of figured I needed to get the graphics downloaded. That way, we could actually look at them and have something solid to reference. And
you probably have more figures next Thursday.
Yeah, I could probably do some more numbers on these next Thursday's show, just so that I can actually get that down instead of trying to do it live here on the show. But
the race starts Thursday. No one's going to have enough points, so it's really going to matter by 8:30 on Thursday night. They can wait till then to get their DPS numbers.
I think everyone else have other things on their mind on that.
Yeah, I wonder how many people are going to actually get like all 10 of each blueprint. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some.
How much we need to come up with the numbers of how much that would cost? I couldn't even imagine it.
It's 90 millions for each of the limited ones.
Yeah,
so and then you have to add 40 millions and a half for the normal like cruiser and the weapon. So 194 millions and a half.
Yeah, 194.5 million.
And in 4 days.
That's ridiculous.
I nearly killed myself in the last one.
How much cash is that?
That's ridiculous.
Half of Highlander's yearly BP allowance.
Check my bank, see what I got there.
It is tax season here in the United States, so I suspect that maybe that's what driving a lot of this behavior from Kixeye is the fact that there's a lot of pirates that are taking their tax refunds and giving it all to Kixeye.
Dumping it into Kixeye's.
Yeah, they're giving Kixeye every bit of it.
How awesome. Those guys are awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, so just write on your tax return, send to Kixeye.
I think that was a checkbox in TurboTax. Just, do you want to send your refund directly to Kixeye? It's in there.
I kind of, I remember they had like a club for backyard monsters. Kixeye did back in the day. Do you remember that?
I was in it.
Well, and when you were part of that club, you got like so many shiny, didn't you? Didn't you get like a certain amount of shiny every month?
Yeah, it wasn't a ton. It was less than what I was paying for the club, but You also got some other image things, like you could change your land to look different. You could have golden Daves instead of just plain black Daves, And I don't know. There were some other things. There were some nice things, like you could take your monsters from the lower land up to the top without having to go through all this crazy shit you had to go through otherwise. And there were some things, but it was like $10, so it was like a subscription. I think they were trying to see if they could get a subscription fee out of the people that wouldn't coin. Obviously, BYM's player base was a lot younger than Battle Pirates, so a lot of the kids don't want to, unless they're stealing mom's credit cards, they don't want to, get into that. So I think that was one of their ways they were trying to just get a subscription where mom might say, hey, Mom, can I have $10 a month? And Mom would put her credit card on there, and boom, there you got $10 a month, And I guess it didn't really pan out for them because they didn't do it in any of the other games, but...
don't give them ideas.
Well, they already had the idea. They did it in BYM.
Don't give them ideas to do it in BP.
No, well, I mean, I don't think they want to, or they would have already. I think they would have, because BP's been around a while. It's been around almost as long as BYM.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very interesting raid, watching people busting their chops going through the bees and all of a sudden realise that they've got to a bee and they've ended up with one of these limited holes, and they're going to go, what the hell am I going to do with one? And they're not going to hit those. They're just, people are going to work it out, that they're just going to say, why are we going to do this? Why? The big guys with the big credit cards are going to chomp through this. And
I just want to put one out there so I have it on my base so I could go look at it.
It's about it. It's about the only reason you're going to do this is probably me, because I know Nash, is to get one just for the sake of having one sitting in the...
That's what I want. Exactly. BYM, they used to give us statues and all these other stuff that we could just sit in our yard. They didn't do shit, but it was fine. I liked it. It was just a status thing, And
that's all
not that I have my status at level 20, whatever the hell, 31.
It's going to be a trophy, There's a little block of wood under it to sit on.
I love trophies. I do.
Yeah.
I think they're fun. Well, because I don't play, so it's just, for me, it's just for fun. But.
Well, I think I just went and reviewed the forum thread real quick, and I really didn't see anything else in there that we really didn't discuss. I don't know if there's anybody else on here that had something that they wanted to say or ask about regarding the event. Welcome back, Ben, by the way. I know we lost you there for a bit. It seemed like, I guess, as soon as you disconnected, somebody else stepped in, and so I know you're waiting for a vacant spot there for a bit.
Oh, you should have kicked me off.
No, it's all right. It's much better now. I restarted. No, I think what Kixeye's done limiting the seas is really for low players. I mean, I've seen tons of pictures of people who did 30 or 40, even up to 150 of them, and it really takes away from the lower or even the mid-level players to do the raid to get something. I'm not impressed with the holes being offered, honestly. So I'm like you. I'm not going to get everything this time.
Yeah, well, just to remind folks, so it's just the bonus is what stops after 10 sets. You can still do 140, 150 sets if you want to. It's just you're only going to get that bonus for the first 10.
Which, I mean, 50,000 for, say, a level 45. If you complete a C set, 50,000 points is quite a bit.
Yeah.
For them.
Yeah, and so B's the same boat. It almost makes me think that maybe I should just go through there and knock out the. I don't even usually bother with the C's. And the B's, I might do them once or twice. I did them twice last time just to get warmed up, and but I almost wonder if I should just go through there and just see how many times But I guess in 4 days, if I wanted to actually get 10 of each of the limited, I might as well just start on the A's and just not sleep all weekend.
Are you really gonna build 10 of them though?
Probably not.
Exactly. You don't need 10.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't built any Berserkers yet. My Grimshine is still in my shipyard, for crying out loud. I still got a Grimshine still trying to get done. And
that's one of the things I've sat down. I've been sitting down working out what I've got to refit, what I have to still build from currently that I've spent money on. So I'm going to have to build it, or it's going to be a total waste of money that I've been spending on these raids. And if I get these, it's going to be 12 months before I even start. building them, which would mean they're totally out of date. So I would have just spent all that money on this last raid for something that I will never use.
Yeah.
It's just they're getting to a point where people are now getting redundant, spending money on hulls, and they'll never use them. That's a majority. And the only ones that will ever have them is these are big coiners who will spend $1,000 and go out and build the bloody things. And
then they gotta scrap them because the 120 dock limit.
Look, I think Kickstarter is starting to get out of control with how many actual fleets there is out there. It's just mad.
No, and making you get limited builds, limited blueprints that you have to build one for each, and then you have 120. We find now ourselves having to scrap things that we coined to get into our docks, and now we are going to have the effort to gain 10 of these. So in 1 year you have to scrap maybe them because you don't have room for the new ships.
Yeah. So I'm just going to start up a direct debit for Kickstarter. Just take $100 out of my bank account every month.
I think Tito summed it up well last time we spoke, and that was the game changed. So if you look at when they brought DNX out and the time period that they gave you to get used to that and adapt and get your base defense ready for it. Same with MCX, but the time period's gone from like 3 months to 2 months to 1 month. All we get now is a month, 3 weeks, and then something new's out each time. And that's what's killing it. Yeah, we don't get time to adapt anymore.
A month. Now, since that they are going to be like 3, they are doing one each 4 months.
Yeah.
That's why my base is square.
That's why I don't run a guard.
Yeah,
I haven't even built a guard.
I haven't given up on base defense yet. I still think that my biggest problem is the coin that I'm willing to spend. Just to get my guard in right away. I'm not willing to just. So far, it just seems like when the Hellstrikes came out, the solution there was like one boat. You can put another Hellstrike in there to counter it. Because you shoot through the walls and they don't. Your attacker doesn't. Then I know with the nuclear cruisers, you just take that same Hellstrike and you can put a high evade on it. And it just seems like just tweaks. I think tweaks every month. I'm personally not ready to give up on base defense yet. I think right now once I get the Grimshine in there. I've actually stopped Grimshine fleets, but usually the drivers suck. Too many people trying to coin their elite status these days, and
well, you can see that mainly use the Berserk likely a Bliss fleet more than a Creeper fleet, and at times it's their mistake when they try to run over 2 or 3 Hollow Strikes. Likely you can see in some bases. That's when you see them failing or stuff like that. But if they are a bit more clever using that, I have seen builds that you can do as many mistakes as you want, and you still do the base.
I saw a good driver with Grimshines and 2 Berserkers get stopped the other day, and the main reason was because the guy in this base, he had fully ranked elite ships, the 75% reload, and when you turn around and asked him, how much did that cost you? 5,200 coins to stop a Grimshine. I'll keep my square base, thank you, pull my guard and spend the 4 on my dock, and that's me good.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
But how long can people keep doing that? Is that a one-off that the guy's going to do something like that? But not to say that these other fleets come out and what he just spent 5,000 coins on is becomes redundant in a month or two, and people aren't going to keep doing it. People are just going to say, my God, get your hand out of your bank account, for Christ's sake, Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I'd like to get some value for money. Like, if I can build up a defense of my base and it lasts a month before they bring out something, I get hammered for a couple of weeks, happy with that. Get some use out of it. But when you just spend coin, and then in the next week or next month, by the time you've built everything, they bring out something that overrides it, and I've wasted money. There's a certain time I'm going to stop wasting money in this game.
Yeah, the cost to keep up with the speed of play, we've said it multiple times, it's just gone off the rocker. I mean, even that, like, who's really going to spend $450 just on one fleet, just to not even build them, just to level them to get 50% more turn and fire bonus? I mean, that to expect people to do that is nuts. Or wait a year. I'm going to wait a year because I don't spend that kind of money. But good God.
Yeah. Well, there's folks that do it though. That's the crazy part is that there's folks that actually do it. That I guess just have that much extra cash, but
it's just weird to me. I'm just like, there's a guy we hang out with that does that, just spends a ridiculous amount of money, and then he's complaining because he's bored because he's already bought everything. It's like, dude, stop doing that. And then you won't be as bored.
I'll put it this way: other MMOs like War Thunder, for $450, I could buy every damn plane for every person, level it all the way up, and be done. I mean, $500 would win everything in any other free-to-play game, and through this, it just levels some boats up.
Well, we had that discussion.
Get on and play the game.
Yeah. I mean, we've had that discussion about that model because their model just doesn't seem like it's sustainable, but they haven't changed it yet, so they're still milking somebody. But I mean, I think it's not going to be that way forever.
I mean, it's almost like, to me, they have pushed new holes so much, and now they're coming out with 3 holes per raid that, you know, it's almost like they're struggling to make ends meet. And
they're definitely leaning. They're trying to lean on them. I'm sure.
I mean, they're just going to keep it on and keep on. And eventually, you know, that base is going to get tired out too. Yeah. I mean, you look at me. Like the last raid, I coined my Highlander, and I said, I'm gonna let my Grim just go solo, and it's got 9 days left now, so it's not even going to be done before the next raid starts. And I'm cutting by. You know, it's just crazy.
I think we all have good with that amount we use it to spend. I use it to play with Panda here in the same alliance, but I told myself I was not going to keep on that line of coining and just went to another alliance that are not playing so competitive. So to feel still I can help in that alliance. In an alliance as like I was, if you are not competitive, I think I was something that was not deserving that slot there.
Right. I agree. That's kind of what I've done. I just quit being in an alliance.
And at some point, this game reminds me. I don't know if you have seen a film that is called Mafia. It's a parody of Casino, and there is a part of the film in which you can see that it's impossible to win in any of that games of gambling in the casino. And they say at the end, the customers were clever enough to just send us the money in a folder and send us the money by the post mail. It was easier for them that they come to the casino to lose the money, and I think here we are doing the same.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, we're not making as much money, so let's not try to get any from the lower guys. Let's just keep trying to pull this big, from the big guys, which are diminishing.
I've talked about
I don't get it.
I don't understand why they're not trying to capitalize on the mid and low players. It's we talked about. It's about how much do I think that coin is worth to me in the game. Not so much is it worth 10 cents. Or is it worth it to go spend an extra $10 a week? And with the way the value is, it just doesn't feel like I want to spend more than $10, $15 a month on the game. I think if it was engaging, I'd spend $25, $30. You know, they got to pull the mid players because the high players are going to go away. Either they're going to really go into bankruptcy because they've been paid $50,000 on their credit cards,
which has happened.
Their wife's going to cut their testiculars off, or it's just not sustainable. So there's my rant for the day.
And even if they keep coining, it's starting not to get fun because many people are pulling the wards from the bases, so it's not a challenge now when they hit those bases. And yes, it will be funny at the first, click the back of the base with your Grimsons and get there. But at the end you will say, okay, I have now 20 hours of repair, I can coin, but it was not fun. I can't do that now with the Grimsons. I could do that with my old levies or even my old hammerheads, and they would be the same.
Fear perks up over there.
You said levies?
Yeah, that's for you.
Is everybody else kind of sad with the amount of click in the back of the base and just go get a soda fleets that are out there now?
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
That's it. I think that's the biggest kill. The fun's going out of the game.
That's it.
Yeah, the other day I was going and doing hitting reds to try and rank up my fleets, and I said, all I'm doing is collecting res, hitting solves to rank these bloody fleets up for a week. Go do me fortnightly mission, that takes another 2 days to do that. Then I go out and get me alliance points. Then I may have a day left to go and enjoy the game of going hitting a few bases. It's starting to turn into one massive, huge chore just to keep up with people. It's just turning into a chore to try and keep up with the Joneses, to say. And sooner or later the fun's just gone.
It's like your game's now a wife, and you've got to. You come home, right? Tonight you've got to do your uranium chores, yes, boss. And the next day, right, you've got to get your alliance points. It just keeps changing. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, it amazes me because I got over it at levies, and I was like, "That's too long. I'm not doing this." And then there's, 2 years later, you guys are still going. And it's like, God, I just didn't have that kind of stamina to go that many years.
Very thin, I can tell you.
I can't. In fact, the last decent hit I had on my base where somebody did it old school, where they actually took the time, prepped it, and sat back and thought, you know what, that was really worthwhile, and it was actually Ben. And he sat there, prepped out my guy, got me good, and I've not had a hit like that for 4 months since. I just one hit, Trow's dead. There's no skill in it anymore.
I've seen somebody who crashed. They hit a base with their Grimshine Berserkers, and they crashed. They whatever. They tried to reload the game, and he thought for sure that he was going to come back and be dead, but he actually managed to kill 90% of the base, whatever, got the op and all that stuff, completely on auto.
Yeah, and I had some people saying, let's test my base, and the other side said, oh, you were clever, you didn't do that or like that. I said, no, I just clicked the back of your base, and the ships were doing all on auto. Before, if you remember, big motto was you can buy ships, but you cannot buy skills. Well, now Kixeye has shown us that you can buy skills, and the whole, not on you.
Yeah.
Well, I just got a great idea for an event for Wreck-a-Palooza or whatever. What if we did no guards and I still have a floating fortress fleet with Layer 3 on it. So I might start doing that when I hit a base and it doesn't have a guard. I'm going to bring them old floating fortresses back out. See if I can get in with it.
There's a challenge on the Battle Pirates Legend page at the moment, so we're trying to get the best old school hits. So you've got to use either your FFs or a really old fleet to try and get in a big base, man. It makes it fun because when you can just say, oh yeah, I can get them 48 medals of Grims, go try and do it with floating fortresses. Brilliant fun.
I think now that you say that, Ben, we saw that in a few Paloozas ago when I think it was the Nuts that got hit by a Stallion and he forgot to put the ward in or something alike, and he came back and he hit him with the siege missiles, grey hammerhead still.
Yeah, got him good as well. I remember that.
I mean, if there's no guard in a base, I'm gonna start trying. I'll let y'all know next roundtable. I mean, why not? I mean, because honestly, I would say 40% of the bases that I hit, there's no guard in there, and usually I retreat out of them unless it's I need alliance points on Monday. I'll go ahead and get in, but at least that might, bring a little fun back in it for me, more so than what it is.
Yeah, the challenge is going at a basis. I think one who used to hit bases was not just to flatten them, but to have a bit of a challenge to get against that other player to see what skills he had at building a base. You had to see what skills you had at building a fleet. It's getting to the point that everyone knows now, hey, you just can't freaking build a base. So it's just those sort of gameplay and a bit of fun's going out of it.
It's more fun. Players. Yeah, it's more fun going around now doing FVF. At least that's a challenge.
Yeah.
So at least you find the fleet.
Yeah, apart from when you walk into Grimshines, yeah, avoid them.
Well, I guess, guys, I don't know. Is there any last topics? Anything that anybody on here wanted to bring up before we end up closing the show out?
Halo's Tier 3.
You said Halo's in Tier 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Halos seem like they're just not what they used to be. I don't know if it's just because I'm used to the Brimstones or what, but it just I've seen people with Halos and they just don't seem to hurt very much anymore.
This is the third time that Javs have come out. The only time they've been back out since the fall. So if you're interested in it, if you want to go that route, they're there and they're cheaper or more accessible than they were in the fall. I know it was pricey on that base hitting raid to be able to get them. So.
Yeah, it was the same price.
No. I mean, as in how much it costs to do it if you're misequipped. This is fleet v fleet. You can work stuff. Back then, you had to actually kill it or pay other people to do it for you. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah. So.
I'd have to say for the guys that don't have that launcher, if you don't pick it up off of this one, you pretty much shot yourself in the foot.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, I missed that. Yeah, this is a gift from Kixeye here. If you missed it, grab the impulse.
Yeah.
I think big tip as well is if you're a lower player and you want to get something big like that, don't spend hundreds of coins using your fleets. If you've got someone doing the raid with bigger fleets, send them the coins. Get them to prep it for you. Reduce your cost. Don't spend money you don't need to.
$5 at a time. It's nothing wrong with sending people.
Make sure it's someone you trust, too.
Yeah. Get an alliance member. Do your research. Don't just send them to random people. But yeah, if you do it small, people will help you.
Yeah, one of the guys, he sent me 100 coins. We prepped enough to get in the prize last time. 100 coins, and he would have taken him 500-600. So, you know, if people have got the time, ask them. Save yourself coins.
Be nice and ask. People will help.
Yeah. Hey, Fear, you need to bring those levies out to 293 and come out where the cool people are.
All right. Well, if I can find it, I'll get over there. I don't know how to travel in BP much anymore, except for just like relocate myself.
That's all you need is that relocate button.
All right.
That's all you need, buddy.
So, and one thing too, don't forget, if you guys are watching this weekend, there, Kick-Size, the whole entire site's going down May 12th. At 7 p.m. Pacific, and it's planned to be a couple hours. Some of the recommendations are go outside, sleep, you know, talk to your friends, call your mom. Make sure you call your moms this weekend. This is Mother's Day weekend, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Tomorrow,
tell your mother you love her very much. Yeah.
I'm hoping for server infrastructure upgrades. That's my
it's got to be something pretty freaking big to take down.
3 hours, 4 hours, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of putting some servers in, so we'll see.
Yeah. So they have a department for that, so they better use them. That's all I got. Congratulations again, Nash, on your haul, you asshole. I mean, it's really great.
Oh wait, actually, now that Fear said something, it reminds me. I think we all need to come together collectively and just let Nash know that the only way you get a ship is to become the #1 coiner in the entire game. So,
well, he was very upset about that other guy getting one, so now he gets to be the hunted for a little while. It's very ironic for what he got and how. It's
Nash doesn't feel like anything. He's just a #1 tight ass. So.
He's gonna be a handful this week. I can guarantee it.
Yeah, I've got to put up with him. I haven't seen him. He's gone low. He's gone low in our group, and I haven't seen him. I haven't had a chance to give him help.
Well, I'll need to attack his base now. That's all there is. I'm even gonna hit it. I don't even care. I'm just gonna hit it with the Levi's and call it good.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Everybody over in the Twitch chat, thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching us on YouTube. You can always visit our group page, which is bp.battlevortex.tv, and that'll just take you to our Facebook group page and join. From there, you can get updates in the game, as well as see our schedule for our shows, our live shows. Our regular shows on Thursdays, and that is Eastern time is 8:30 p.m. So I guess that's like 5:30 Pacific and I don't know, 12:30, 1:30, something like that. I don't know. You'll see. Just accept a little calendar invite for the event on the group page. Put it in your calendar, and then it'll tell you when it is. Facebook will tell you.
And Price, everybody tell your friends about this because I find it informative anyway. And before 5 or 6 weeks ago, I didn't even know about it. So, you know, if you do watch the show and you like it, tell other people about it so you can spread the word.
It is the only Battle Pirates podcast on the internet, so spread the word. I do the same thing.
It's only Kick-Side podcast on the internet, from what I can tell.
Yeah. They should get Kick-Side on it. They might learn something.
We do. They actually, we do.
They do watch.
To watch.
Yeah, they watch.
So.
We get Kick-Side people all the time.
If we get banned, guys, it's been a pleasure after that comment. Then.
All right. Well, take care. Good evening, everybody.
Later again.